So here it is, the story mode. You can play the story mode through 5 different characters. You have Yumi, you have Asuka, you have Murasaki, Ryona, and Yomi. Literally no one else. No extra DLC characters, no expanded version of the game, no more stages, just 2 stages with 5 characters, each with their own story mode with 5 stages. Yeah, 5, how do you call it? 2 pinball tables and 5 stages for each story mode. And so it's very difficult for me. It's gonna be very difficult for me to play through all of these because, if you have seen one story, you have literally seen all of them. Because every single story happens pretty much in exactly the same way. Almost copy-paste, but just changing around the order in which, girls, you, restore back to humanity and stuff. But, yeah. That wasn't the Japanese version that I, played this on. So maybe in English, I'll get a better flavor for it by just reading all of the jokes in English, seeing it all localized and stuff. But, yeah, I mean, there's only one way to find out. And so we can choose whichever one we want. There's no actual order. With Yumi, they say, I gotta pull it together and change everyone back. Oh, who's that eating sweets over there? Yeah, I'm pretty sure every stage has, its own little description. Ryona has completely turned into a dog. You have to turn her human again as fast as possible. Hold on, Haruka. What's that whip for? I'm not sure I got Haruka's game, but if it'll change Yumi back... Haruka, am I doing it right? And then thump, 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 thump. I bet you love being a Tanuki. Alright, Yomi, follow me. Yeah, she doesn't care for changing anyone back. Bean Sprouts, Slums, Home of the Crimson Squad. I feel like I've lost something, and it's right on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, so they're, slowly losing their memories or whatever, and turning into animals and whatnot. But, I mean, for this one recording session, I at the very least want to do one, so I guess we should do it with the main #1 girl, right? The protagonist, technically. No, not Yumi. We mean Asuka. So let's see how she does it. Yeah, stage 1, no assist, and we can just start playing. I do like the loading screen. It's really nice looking. I like the aesthetic of it, it's weird because the whole look of the game, the visuals, the graphics, the music, the production value, especially on PC, it's all fine. Basically all of the problems that I have with this game are the gameplay and its lack of content, It's setting the stage for something cool, and they do absolutely nothing with it. That's the sad part. Hop, hop, hoppity hop, says Asuka. I guess she's already changed. I'm a rabbit, running free. Sure, that's just your life now. I can run faster than anyone, and I can make friends I can make friends just as fast. Oh. Haruka is saying, please, no, remember who you used to be. Remember who you are. A female human starts chasing after me with a vengeance. She looks so angry. If she catches me, she'll eat me for sure. I know I'm delicious. But there's nothing to worry about. Pyon. One of the things that I think suck about localizations and trying to make the English translation to this games be as Western and as American as possible is that all of the honorifics and all the little puns and all of the little, words that Japanese characters sort of stick at the end of sentences, they're gone. They're completely gone, It has to take someone that knows a little bit of Japanese to kind of sit you down and explain, okay, she's saying pyon at the end of every sentence. And that's supposed to be a funny little, cute thing to imply, oh, I'm a rabbit, and I jump around, hop, hop, hop. And so, pyon, pyon means, jumping in Japanese. So, yeah. Because she's a rabbit, she talks like that. But, of course, if you're not paying attention to the voices, and you're just, taking the English dialogue at face value as oh, that's what they're saying, you miss out on a lot of that. And that's why, yeah. That's why usually I have a lot of problems with, English translations that try to make it very American or Western, or to be well, if they lived in America, how would they talk? It's but that's not why we like it, I keep hopping away until I finally lose her. This is exactly why I have always preferred the way that Atlus does their localizations for Persona 4 and Persona 5 and stuff, because they keep all of that. Even when they do English voices, they keep the kun, hey, Ryuji-kun, or, Futaba-san, Futaba-sama, that kind of stuff. And I know that for a lot of people, they think that's really cringe, but I like it because, first of all, they voice acted very well, to the point where it feels very natural. And then another reason is that it adds so much more flavor and depth to the character relationships from one to the other, right? Because, you know, again, if they talk like the Americans, they wouldn't say San and Sama and Chan or Kun or anything like that. Yeah, but, like, they're not in the West, you know? Like, this game literally takes place in, like, Tokyo, Japan. And in Japan, you know, they say the honorifics, right? So let's keep it, because there's a lot that you miss when, you know, when you don't have that. Hop, hop, hop. This should be safe enough. So, pion, pion, pion. Phew. After all that running, my stomach is growling. I love... It's really funny seeing their narration because, like, their lives are so, like, simple and happy now. You almost kind of want to keep them that way. It's like, you know what? Just stay like that, you know? The world is so shitty and complicated. Just become a happy little rabbit jumping around. There we go. Carrots. Ninjin. I see Ninjin lying on the ground up ahead, so I run for them. And it was a trap in the next instant. Boom! An Animal Crossing villager with a big buck catching net just shoom grabs me and it holds me up into the air going, quack, quack, you got a rabbit. A rope catches my foot, hanging me upside down. Yeah, I mean, you are dealing with Shinobi here. Sure. The female human has a little ball in her hand. I wonder what's it for. Does she want me to eat it? Sure, just give her carrots though. She shuts up while we try to bring her back. That's a good point. Wouldn't you want that? Futomaki rolls can have carrots in them. When I hear those two words, it's like lightning hits me in the head, in the back of the head, and slaps the head off of me. Futomaki rolls are my favorite. Wait, what? What am I doing? But nothing about it. Oh, I thought you were gonna say something like, oh, Futomaki rolls like what my grandpa used to make. What, grandpa? I have a grandpa? Like, no, she's like, no, game tournament. Yeah, that's the important memory that needs to be triggered. I just wanted to wash my hands with some hand soap, you know? So that I can protect myself against the virus, and like, oh no, suddenly I'm a rabbit. Haruka explains all the details. It seems the others have been turned into animals too. Well, that didn't, the happy rabbit life didn't really last long, huh? I let Haruka take me to a pinball machine. I don't know what to expect, but I'm still listening to her. Then suddenly... What? A white flash of light. God himself appeared before me. Okay, we didn't have to play pinball at all for that. It just sort of happened. A mysterious mist surrounds me. When it clears, I'm human again. Well, one idiot was trying to wash her hands, and she tried to, like, disinfect her hands thinking it was fucking Germ-X, but then another idiot left the fucking, you know, animal transforming potion just there for anybody to grab. Great. Avoid responsibility. Smooth, Haruka. Haruka's reaction seems kind of off. As if she knows something. She's right. This is an emergency. There's a global pandemic. Everybody left and right is turning into animals. People getting infected by the second. My questions can wait. Alright, the hero is back to save the day. Like usual. And now Yumi has to be the one saved. I'm the main character. I'm the one gonna save everybody. Like, is that Ryona over there? I don't know. The hair is kind of covering one of my eyes really bad. And, like, the tip of it is, like, hitting me right in the eyelid. In my large eyelid. So, yeah. I would understand if she can't see it. Yeah, like, really, is it just me or is her hair, like, a little longer? Like, it's actually, like, covering her eye like an emo girl. Got it. Even Haruka's, like, look, down there, even her, like, clothing there is also kind of clipping. That's really weird. Shibi Doggo. I need discipline. I've been a bad dog, so you have to punish me. Oh my god. I just shit it all over the floor, rub it all over my face, and tell me how bad I am. I like that she's actually doing the motions of sitting down. Shake and sit, roll around? It's better if you don't, because you'll just apply it in your normal life when you're human again. Okay, teach her more dog tricks and she'll probably remember a lot easier. A baka inu. A stupid little... I mean, technically she said inu the entire time, which just means dog, but... I know. So here's where, like, I actually understand the change here, because just saying dog 3 times in a row doesn't kind of formally address what she's actually saying. She's saying stupid little bitch, like, that's the joke. Female dog. And she's a masochist, so it makes sense, you know? Yeah. Yeah, this seems perfect for Haruka. Whip first, ask questions later. Okay, well that, I guess all of that will help her trigger memories. This is animal abuse. I'm gonna call PETA on you so that they can torture me in your stead. No, boy. Oh. She quickly started remembering. What is this great feeling? Yeah, the graphics here are a little weird, like the hair is not properly in place, the stuff below the waist is like clipping, this is very odd. I didn't tell you to stop. If you renounce your doghood, which is something that she did not even do back when she was human. Janai. Yeah, no, it sucks being a human. It's a lot easier to just be a dog. Let everybody take care of you. Running around with your sister Ryobi and being treated like a dog by Ryobi. Yeah, you see, I'm a dog. No, not that way. I feel like there's a lot more jokes that could be made here. I don't know where this is coming from, but okay. Also, Ryobi's not the only sister. There's also the dead one. With the whip. Yeah, but put like a stick on her head and, like, you know, just dangle the whip in front of her and be like, yeah, I want it. Give her like a little helmet, a little hat with a stick coming out of it, and just be like, pain over there. Alright, I think now we're actually gonna play the pinball game now. And so, yeah. When it comes to the pinball game, I have opinions. And so I did play a little bit of this, before recording the Let's Play. I love the animations of like, yeah, do it. She's so into it. I did play a little bit of this before recording, and I definitely like the pinball a little bit better, now, as opposed to the Switch version, because the Switch version was playing at 30 FPS, and sometimes a little bit below that, but here on the PC version, it plays at a very smooth 60 FPS, so it's You know, flows a lot better, is a little bit faster. I do enjoy it just a little bit more, but it still sucks, and I'll tell you guys why as I play it. But pretty much, you can use a bunch of different pinballs here, and so they all have different rankings. They have yin and yang, and I think the yin one is like heavier, and yang is lighter, so I think that affects, like the speed or something. There is a tutorial screen for this. I forgot what that said, but there is a difference between one or the other, and I think the yang ones are heavier and the yin ones are lighter. But only because this is Ryona, then I'll just use the ball that has her face on it. And you are able to buy other balls with different designs that are way more interesting than this, like, weird furry ball here. There's, like, fun balls that, like, look like watermelons, one that looks like the earth and stuff. One that's like a basketball or something. And yeah, there's dialogue here, too. Yeah, I mean, she's always happy. Yeah, just sit tight. I'll give you the thing that you want, which is to change you back from the thing that you want. You were already getting called a dog when you were a human, so I guess this is the next logical step, but no, not like this. Not like this when you're infecting the hell out of everybody and turning everybody into animals against everyone else's will. But anyway, yeah, we have the pinball game here, and it has all of the typical makings of a pinball game, even though it is a little bit lacking. I know there's other games like Pinball Arcade and Pinball FX that has so much more stuff going on that is a lot more interesting, a lot more involved. The points make a little bit more sense. Let's start with the positives, because, you know, obviously everybody's expecting me to sort of rip on this game and just be really shitty and mean towards it, because yes, this game does really piss me off. It is a very tragic thing to see. A game that is a really, really good idea done in the most half-hearted and, like, cash-grabby way possible. But let's talk about all of the good things first. For one, the graphics look great. It is super colorful. It is really pretty. I love these little cutscenes with the camera angles and the dynamic movement and stuff. All of that is really fun. You have these mini games that after a certain point, when you get a certain amount of points or you progress on the challenges and stuff, they give you multiple balls and you can do these little games. For example, here what I have to do is that I have to hit the pump there so that you can inflate the little balloon so that it blows up and you get a little fan servicey thing on there. I didn't make it there, but yeah, like a fun little thing happens there and you obviously get a ton of points for it. You can rank up. Right now I'm a rank A, and I think the maximum that you can do is rank S. And then you get spat out, and you can keep playing the game as normal. So, definitely, the game running at 60 FPS is a lot better. A lot better, and a lot speedier than how it was on a Nintendo Switch version. HD Rumble is not worth it when the game runs so bad. And so, here, I mean, after playing it on PC, if I ever want to play Peach Ball again, then yeah, it's gonna be the PC one for me. I can never go back to that Nintendo Switch version because it simply runs way too horribly for me to be able to give it a shot. This is one of the bad parts, where the ball just kind of loves getting stuck in places, and you're sort of just sitting there waiting for the character to sort of move. Actually, one of my least favorite parts is the girl that stands there, well, lays there, and gets in the way of the pinball table. There are many moments where you're there and you hit her with the ball, and you get points, obviously, and you do things like the little mini games, and if you hit the boobs, then you get more points, obviously, but there are many moments where you want to do like a little loop-de-loop, and you can't because that big paw's in the way, and if you're somehow able to clip past it, yeah, you see, you want to do the loop-de-loop, but the leg is in the way, so you can't even do that. And then if you're somehow able to sneak your way in, you get stuck in between the pinball table, like that. You get stuck between the table and the paw, so you just keep getting hit, and you can't really do anything. You're just sort of stuck there. And if there's some sort of, like, time limit sort of thing, like the fever time, then you're just wasting your time. Like, the thing runs out because you're just there waiting for fucking Ryona to move her stupid hand. And it's really frustrating. As much as I spoke highly about the minigames, there's only like maybe 5 or 6 of these, and after a while, they all start to repeat. There's a very, very small amount of them. I would have loved it if there were more, like a lot more. And it's really disappointing how, yeah, they're just not a lot. And they're all very simple as well. And very short-lived. I ranked S on that one. And again, a lot of these are very reminiscent of, you know, PBS, Shinobi Replay, and other games. Like the tickling and whatever. And again, like, I'm stuck here again. And that's, it just bothers me. You can shake the pinball machine, but you just end up in the same area again. Like, just, as much as I try to shake it, like, it just won't move. Yeah, and you can shake the machine around to kind of topple over the girl as well. But, yeah, you see, if you're ever having any doubts of, like, why do you dislike this game so much, right there. For, like, the 5th time in a row already, I got stuck in that little part, and I'm just here wasting my time. Yeah, you don't have to count down. There's literally a giant arrow telling me, go there. But, like, the mechanic of having Ryona just lay there and react and, you know, get in the way all the time, like, that's, yeah. They tell you to do one thing, but there's another thing that's deliberately getting in the way, which is really annoying. The physics. Oh my god, the physics in this game are so weird. It's like you're not even manipulating the ball. It's like you're just suggesting... You're suggesting a direction. It's not like in Pinball Effects where you feel like there's actual physics, you know? Where you feel like, oh, you know, if the ball, you know, gets hit, you know, in a certain part of the flipper, like, it'll go a certain direction, right? And the animation for the flipper as well, you know, in other games, it boom, you know, like, it slams up. It feels visceral. It's a good feeling, you know? It's a good animation. It's fast. But here, when you do it, it's like, you know, it's a very slow, kind of half-hearted sort of lift-off, you know? And so, I feel like my ball is, like, slipping out because it moves so slowly. You can see that yourself, you know? Look at that. You know, just very like, I feel like even the flipper is not trying its best. You do have some stuff here that, you know, shows up on the field, like little soldiers and airplanes and stuff, and that's fun, but again, they don't do anything, they don't attack you, it's just more points, you know? And then you have these fan servicey segments where you hit her boobs and stuff for points. And of course, this adds to the comedic value of the game. This is definitely a positive. And the music ramps up with like a lyrics version of the main theme song for Peach Ball. What I fucking hate is that the gap in between the two flippers are way too big. So my fucking balls are always falling way too fast, way too easily. Yeah, get as many points as possible, and then you have this, like, final flip thing. If you can obviously rapidly tap it super duper fast, but if you stay here in the middle, and very slowly do it, which is the most boring thing you could ever do, then, yeah, you get a lot more points. You would think that they would have the biggest amount of points towards the edges where you hit it really fast, right? But anyway, after that, regardless of what happens, the ball reacts and you turn back into a human, and yeah, they're naked for no reason. And then stage clear. And then you have the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to be continued hour right there. So, you know, this is why I'm very conflicted with this game. The gameplay is absolute garbage, but everything else about it, like the music, the colors, you know, the art style, everything that's like the production value is so nice. You know, it's a pleasant game to look at. You know, it's very visually pleasing. but I just wish the game was better. The physics are so off. When you hit something with the flipper, it's like there's only like 3 paths that you can take, and it always takes like the same ones over and over and over again. It doesn't feel real. I feel like I'm like, doing pinball on the moon, I don't feel like I'm actually throwing the ball anywhere. I feel like it just sort of floats to whatever predetermined path it's already set for it. And so, yeah, it's very bare bones, I say that it's very visually appealing. It looks, on the surface, it looks like there's a lot going on. But in reality, it's like the same 2 or 3 things they just keep repeating over and over and over again. And for the story mode, I understand when there's like a clear beginning, middle, and end to the pinball match, so that you can restore the girl back to normal. But if you play it on free mode, when it's free, the exact same stuff happens. And so when you beat the level, it just restarts you back to the beginning. And so when you're doing free mode on pinball, it sucks so bad because it totally breaks the flow of the pinball, Pinball is fun because it just kind of goes, You go and you go and you go until you lose all your balls and it's game over. But here, they have so many cutscenes that interrupt the flow of the game. There's so many things that just go on repeat that you keep doing over and over again. The girl is always getting in the way of you doing something cool. There aren't enough cool things that happen in it, For a pinball table that looks so cluttered, it is a surprisingly empty, fucking pinball table. And so, yeah, you have this content that you can now purchase, which is, School Emblem Ball Hanzo Academy. So it's, a pinball that looks like the Hanzo Academy logo. And then you have a present, which I think is just like an illustration for the pinball tables. Again, you can change the image, but it doesn't change the gameplay or anything. And then you have a go-kart, I guess. Speaking of things that are stupid, here's another thing. So when you do your high score, usually it's 3 letters for like your initials or something, right? And when it's only like 1 letter or 2 letters or something, you can leave the space blank and confirm it, right? But no, here, for some dumb fuck reason, it is 4 letters, not 3, and there's no blank. There's no such thing, when you finish with the alphabet and the numbers, it just goes back to letters. 0 and then like a couple of symbols, and that's it. There's no way for you to be like, I don't want to put anything there. You have to put something there at the end, which I think is so stupid. You can't just leave it blank. You have to put something on there. That's why when you saw my ranking on free mode, I had THP with a little dot on it. Because, like, I can't just have it be blank. As far as I know, I'm pressing start and it's not confirming. Like, yeah. I mean, good for you if you want to have 4 little things, but, like, usually in pinball is either just the 3 letters or like in Pinball FX where you just type out your full name for the leaderboard. But, the game is littered. It's infested with all of these, like, super strange, why the fuck did you do this kind of decisions where, like, I just can't for the life of me understand what they were going for here. Like, I really don't know what... I hate to sound like the angry video. Like, what were they thinking? Like, but, like, legitimately, what were they thinking when they were making this? There's so many, like, things that are, like, big that are, like, why? But then there's also a bunch of, like, small little shit in here that's, like... What the fuck are you achieving with any of this, But anyway, the story continues. What have I been doing this whole time? Just you being yourself, honestly? It really hasn't been that different from your usual behavior. Being a dog? Oh, so like, just everything's normal. Makes sense. Sure, I am a loyal, obedient bitch. Yeah, something is definitely wrong with this game. That's another criticism for the PC version specifically, is that the hair is all weird, is like clipping, and is like in a weird position. And obviously the skirts are bugged out and stuff, they don't appear. So yeah, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this game, man. Yeah, so say thanks to the peach ball, kiss it, and bow before it. What kind of foreplay is that? Not everything is sexual, Ryona. Yeah, just because you get hit with the ball constantly when playing pinball. That's another thing that I don't like. What's up with the freaking, like Ryona says, the animal abuse in this game? Like, literally half the game you're like, you know, like hitting them with the ball when like, I don't want to, you know, they're my waifus. I like the waifus. And so when I like an anime girl, I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to be like hitting her and poking her all the time with a ball and like, you know, tickling her and like smacking her around and like having the little elephant show up and like blow her, you know, blow their ears out with a loud noise. Like, we're doing all these like really mean things to them, and it just doesn't, it doesn't make me feel good. Okay, after we bring everybody else back. The hair is like, it's like moving to the side, like they have a bunch of wind blowing at them, you know, like there's a giant fan, whoosh, like blowing their their hair off to the side for no reason. What the hell's going on with this game? It's all bugged. Look at that. Sure, a new kind of punishment. I mean, Ryona being who she is, how can you say no to her? But, we have other responsibilities. Yeah, she's a dog again, but in the way that we want. Ignoring her will make her happy. Just don't tell her to wash her hands. Actually, buy soap this time. Give her a bar of soap. Don't give her any, like, shampoo or gel or anything. We're done. Yeah, enough of this. Miscreants. So, well, that's not their fault. It's Oriona's fault. Also, they're not really miscreants. If you judge by what Asuka was doing, she was just a happy little bunny just sort of running around, not really hurting anybody. You'd call that a miscreant? Oh, well. Anyway, I think I'm done for now. I'm gonna take a little break, and I'll keep recording a little later, because I am a little bit pressed for time, so I do have to edit these episodes relatively fast, and I am doing a different recording technique. I'm recording all the footage, all the visual stuff with OBS, and I'm recording all the audio with Audacity, just so that I have more control with how I'm editing these episodes, because with the Deep Crimson Let's Play, I found that, you know, because in OBS, everything just records on one track, and so if I want to edit my voice, if I want my voice to be louder or softer, or if I want the game to be louder or softer, then I can't do that. And so if the audio is too crap, then I'm just stuck with that forever. And so, yeah, I want to have those separate so that I can just have a better time editing, and, yeah, have the, you know, have an easier time doing fun edits and things of that nature. So, yeah, hopefully you guys like the episode so far, and if you're enjoying this, of course, give me a like, subscribe, and share out, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time with some more Senran Kagura Peach Ball. I can smell Mother's cooking in the other room, so I'm probably gonna go eat, and then I'll be back and just record more stuff, probably edit these episodes first, and then record some more, because we still have other games to finish, like Doom Eternal and whatnot. So, yeah, see you next time. Bye.